Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers. The Brain Caltech team is here again with an important concept called name matching in the reinsurance industry. Name matching, or the entity resolution, means comparing names across datasets to find duplicates, variations, or related records that represent the same company or organization. Reinsurance receives data from hundreds of cedents and brokers, but the data is messy, meaning there are multiple naming conventions, typos, abbreviations, legacy formats, international variations, inconsistent border submissions, duplicate insured names, and manual reconciliation errors. All these leads to inaccurate exposure calculations, which leads to wrong tower allocations, and ultimately your RDSs become inaccurate. In order to fix these pain points for the reinsurance industry, Brain Caltech team has developed an award-winning tool which I am going to demonstrate here, which clearly solves not only cleaning your data but also doing the name matching as accurately as possible so that your exposure aggregation, your tower aggregations, your RDS calculation becomes as accurate as possible, and your reporting, whether it is to do with premiums, claims, or exposures, becomes as accurate as possible. So let's look at the tool. Here is the tool which does various things. First of all, it sanitizes your data, it does name matching, it does bulk name matching, meaning there are bots or agents that run autonomously on multiple files and do the name matching, keeps the file ready even when you are away. The name matching is not only done for property and casualty line, but it also does, for the aviation industry. It also calculates the tower matching, or we also call it tower aggregation. So let's look at the smart sanitizer, what it does. Basically, it cleans your data. Let's see how does it clean the data. As we said, the reinsurance industry receives data which is not very clean. So here is the sample of data that comes to reinsurance industry, and you can see there are various messy characters in the name, and these leads to wrong name matching. So this tool basically helps you automatically sanitize your data, and that takes care of various inconsistencies, whether it is special characters, punctuations, any grammar mistakes, or accent characters, Chinese characters, Japanese characters. It basically sanitizes your data in just one click. If I click this button, run sanitizer, what it does is it has cleaned your data. So you can see the data how it was originally and now how it has been cleaned for any kind of inconsistencies that you can think of. So you can see any punctuation, any special characters, has been cleaned. The new line character, extra spaces in between the words, all get sanitized. If your data is clean, your name matching will be as accurate as possible. And if the name matching is accurate, your exposure calculation, your tower aggregations, your RDSs will be as accurate as possible. So this is the core functionality of Smart Sanitizer, and it can run on number of columns that you can select. I ran on one column, but you can select on your entire data set. And there are various options that you can pick and choose. If you want to run only few things, you can run only few. If you want to select, everything, okay, the more you select, the more cleaner data you will have. So this is the work of this smart sanitizer. Once the data is sanitized, okay, you don't have to run the sanitizer. You can straight away go to name matching. But if you do sanitize your data, your name matching will be quicker and more accurate. Now let's look at how we do the name matching. For name matching, we need two kinds of data. One is the source data on which we have to run the name matching to clean the data, and the reference data against which the name matching will run. So here is an option to select your source data. So let's select a source file, which can be either in form of CSVs in Excel or PDFs. Then you select your reference data against which you will do the name matching. So once both the data is selected, the system will quickly load the data. If you want to look at the preview of the data, you can have a look both source and destination data. And the name matching basically can happen on the name. You can include few more parameters here. You can include location. You can include industry. The moment you check this checkbox, you will get the corresponding attribute to select. So I'm mapping it to the confirmed country. So what I'm doing is I'm matching the original name against the confirmed name and original country against the confirmed country. If you want to include industry, you can include industry as well. But for now, demo purpose, I'm using name and location. Once you have selected your data, then there are various algorithms for name matching, and there are 7 of them. Normally, in any organization or industry, you will get maybe one way of name matching and at a fixed threshold. Here, you have number of options which you want to select. There is a meaning for each character in the name. Okay, so and it does various things, which I can explain later on. But for now, assume that there are 7 different ways of matching, and one of them is SLM, which is small language model name matching. So let's select this small language model, and you can see you can run it at various thresholds. Okay, it's not a fixed threshold. If you want, you can change your threshold, and you can become as hard as possible, or you can become as lenient as possible. So it is totally up to you. Now, once we have selected our threshold, once we have selected the matching algorithm, okay, and we have selected the data to match, we click this name matching button. So what it is doing is it is doing the name matching. You can see here the name matching is in progress, and very soon it will generate the result. So this SLM, is AI based algorithm, which is basically it creates transformer, binary encoder, deep torching, and then tokenization. That basically gives you the name matching as accurate as possible. So you can see it has within few seconds almost 45,000 records got name matched. Okay. So now what has matched, that is fine. Okay, and you can see the inconsistencies here. These are the records that have matched 95% match rate. But let's see. You can download the result, and then use the result to input the data into your other exposure modeling systems, or use it for pricing. But let's look at the names that did not match. So 95% matched, but still 5% did not match. Let's look at what happened to the 5% that did not match. There are various filters on the left, which will help you to do various things. Now, these are the records which did not match. Now, what do we do with them? Now, because it is AI based, what we have built is reinforcement learning through human feedback. So which I'm going to demonstrate now. So here, if you click uh, this button, it gives you all the names that were unmatched. And here you can see click any row to open RLHF. RLHF is nothing but reinforcement learning through human feedback. Human feed. Yeah. There are two things that you can do here. Either you train your model or you enrich your reference data against which you're doing the matching. Now let's select one record. So if I select this record, what you get is another dialog, okay, which has got two options. Either you train your SLM data or enrich your reference data. So what I'll do here, I'll say I'll try to. This is Australia, and when I say reinforced learning through human feedback, what it has done is it has saved this combination in the SLM model. Next time the same record comes, it'll do the matching on its own. You don't have to worry. And the beauty here is you don't have to go back to the screen to select every time. Once you do one, it picks you the next one. So here you can see it has given the next one. So it gives you for this name, it has given you the top 10 candidates. Okay, for you to select which is the best match, and then you can select the country for that. Okay, so what we are doing is we are basically training our SLM through human feedback. Or what you can do is you can enrich your reference data against which you are doing the matching. It depends what you want to do. So it has both the options, whether you want to train the SLM or you keep enriching your data. If you train your SLM, your match rate will become better and better over the course of time. If you enrich your reference data, okay, the records will keep running against the reference data. The reference data will keep increasing, but the SLM will not get the benefit of that record next time. And also when you're training your SLM through RLHF, what it is doing, it is vectorizing the data that is storing as vector in the SLM model. Over the course of time, your SLM model will become more mature, and you will see that your match rate will increase year on year from 95 to 96, 96 to 97, and so on and so forth. So the complete AI model has been built here to do the name matching. Once the name matching is done, what you can do is you can download your name as data. You can download it and put it into your any other platform that you use. To download the name as data, here you have the download button, and if you open the file, you will have the entire data giving you the scores, what happened, and the records that matched and which did not match. So a very powerful tool to name match your data, and once the name matching has been done, you can push it to your exposure calculations, your power aggregation, your RDSs, and you will see the numbers coming out as accurate as possible. And again, you are not restricted to one. There are various algorithms here depending on what you choose and pick. Okay, you get the corresponding answer. And the most beautiful thing is, okay, it works on different thresholds. Normally in organizations, we work on a fixed threshold. There is no flexibility on the threshold. Once you set a threshold, your name matching runs completely on that year on year. But here you can see Okay, different algorithms and different thresholds. Now, this is what we call it attended mode, file by file. Then we have one more mode which is called bulk name matching, where if you put all your files in a particular directory, point it to that directory, and then you put your reference files, hence you do the match. It will do the matching, and then it will keep putting your matched file to your again configured directory where you want to put it. So this you can run it on a candidate overnight. If you have 100 files, all the 100 files will get name matched, and then tomorrow morning it is ready for you to pump the data into your exposure modeling platforms. Similarly, we have very similar concept for aviation. Again, for aviation name matching, you bring in your source data. Say, for example, you have your aviation policy level data, and then also your again very similar concept for aviation matching. You bring your border policy data and select your reference airline data, and the matching can happen against the name, schedule, uh, airline code. There are various settings that you can do, and again for matching you can use the same algorithms that you use for casualty and property. Name matching is basically a tokenized based concept, so it works for property casualty in any name, or a combination of name, location, industry, name, airline schedule, airline code, or various other things. So, a very comprehensive and powerful tool to automate your name matching for property casualty aviation at the moment. Marine is in the pipeline, and also the other attributes of reinsurance concepts like RDS calculations, exposure modeling, and various industry based report generation is coming soon. So try the tool out and see if it fits your purpose and is able to solve the pain point that you have today in terms of name matching. uh, this tool will definitely help you, because the tool, what it does is it not only makes your life easy while uploading the data, it also automates name matching on various industry attributes like name, location, industry, or for airlines, name, airline schedule, airline code. And then it basically gives you an option to train your model through human feedback, and also download the results so that you can pump the data into your other platforms. Most important, this is AI powered. It doesn't use any of the large language models from third parties, but it has built its own in a small language model which will run within your firewalls. The data I know is key for insurance reinsurance industry. The proprietary data cannot hit the large language models or their APIs. That is why the concept of LLM, which doesn't hit any external API, uh, makes it more powerful and human friendly within your guardrails. That is what is the power of SLM based name matching that is gained by this rematching AI tool. Thank you.